and the budget at which, Honorable Speaker, we are debating this bill is a budget of Kenya shillings, 3.679 trillion Kenya shillings. Honorable Speaker, out of that money, the only monies that you have allocated in terms of deficit, or the monies that you have allocated to spend, which, Honorable Speaker, we intend to borrow, is only Kenya shillings, 718 billion Kenya shillings. Honorable Speaker, this is a climb down from last financial year when we had a deficit of 860 billion on the books, but upon assuming the positions that we are in now, and after perusal of government books, we realized 200 billion had been spent at a 223, and therefore the entire deficit was actually 1.1 trillion Kenya shillings. Honorable Speaker, it is important to highlight that among the revenue side, we anticipate to collect Kenya shillings 2.57 trillion Kenya shillings. In terms of ordinary revenue, we anticipate to collect or to have or to receive 42 billion Kenya shillings in terms of grant. And on the other side, Honorable Speaker, of expenditure, and I'm just putting the record straight because it is our responsibility, Honorable Speaker, around 986 billion Kenya shillings is actually going to CFS, because we are very categorical about allocating enough resources to offset loans so that, Honorable Speaker, we do not continue on the whole of borrowing, but we actually bury the whole by allocating as much money as possible in terms of repayment of debts, and that is why in the kitty of CFS, we allocated Kenya shillings 986 billion. Honorable Speaker, we have also increased the allocations to our counties. The equitable share, we enhanced from 370 billion to 385 billion Kenya shillings. Honorable Speaker, I know there have been issues with the exchequer, but Honorable Speaker, this has been most because of the jittery markets we have, and especially across foreign markets, which we have not been able to realize the monies we had anticipated to borrow for the last financial year. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, we had to resort to domestic markets, where again we are paying a premium in terms of interest rates. So the issues that have been there in terms of exchequer, they need interventions, not policies, and we have been doing that. Honorable Speaker, as I wind up, just again to put the record straight, we allocated the entire allocation of 2.3 billion Kenya shillings for the national government. Honorable Speaker, 27.4% of that amount we allocated to education, out of which we have doubled allocation to health. We have also, Honorable Speaker, increased capitation for JSS by 10 billion Kenya shillings, Honorable Speaker. Something else I would want to highlight as I come to the close. All the members here who have constructed KMTCs through NGCDF, there are 21 of them that are not functional. We have allocated 1 billion Kenya shillings into KMTC to hire additional lecturers and staff. We have also allocated monies to operationalize all the 21, Honorable Speaker, KMTCs. There are 181 markets that were started by former President Mwai Kibaki through the ESP program. Honorable Speaker, we have allocated 3 billion Kenya shillings for all the entire 181 markets so that Kenyans can start realizing the utility of those markets. Honorable Speaker, just again for members to be...
Junet, order. What is the point of order, Junet?
Speaker, I wanted to bring to the attention of the Chair Budget Committee that, Mr. Speaker, doing the appropriation is one thing, but having the real money is another thing, Mr. Speaker. He has sold here a rosy, Mr. Speaker, a heavenly affair that we have given 1 billion to this man, 2 billion to that lady. But, Mr. Speaker, what is the level of absorption, Mr. Speaker? Will this money really come to the...
He's an optimist, you are a pessimist. That makes the
Honorable Speaker, in answering Honorable Junet, as I started the moving of this bill, if you realized, I actually took the first minutes to talk about the supplementary estimates too. It was deliberate. It was deliberate to show that there are only marginal changes that you are making to the budget you are exiting. And we also anticipate to have actually almost no changes in the budget of 2023-2024 because we have been very modest, we have been very realistic in the projection of revenues. But as I come to the close, Honorable Speaker, it is good to also highlight that we allocated Kenya shillings, 5 billion Kenya shillings to fertilizer subsidy so that our farmers, and I want to assure the farmers of Kenya from this house, that as we go to the next season, both the small season and the other one, Honorable Speaker, the Kenyan farmers will be buying fertilizer at a cheaper price than they bought last season, Honorable Speaker, because we have allocated enough monies for the subsidy. Honorable Speaker, there are very many other good things